Hello, my love. Good morning to you. I hope you feel a little energetic, perhaps, today. I hope. It's so funny, I always say I hope these myriad things, and maybe you're waking up and you're just grumpy or exhausted, tired, and not ready for any of this. And here I am, always so chipper. What to do? Anyway, I hope that you are perhaps energetic nonetheless. And if you're not, of course, it's always okay. So, good morning to you. I hope that you smile today genuinely. The kind of smile where your eyes crinkle and your cheeks perhaps hurt. I'm thinking about you as always. I was thinking about parenting and modeling and how important it is to model the behavior that you want someone to follow. You can talk about what you want people to do and you can tell people what you want them to do, but nothing has as profound effect as doing yourself the thing that you want them to do. And I was thinking about this in terms of parenting, and there is this idea, well, scratch that. Model the reality is what I would say. And by that I mean, if you're going to model a behavior as a parent, model the reality of the behavior. So if you have set up your life so that you are stressed and always running a little bit short, and your coping mechanism for that is alcohol or binge eating food or exercise, strenuous exercise, I would of course recommend the third of those rather than the first two. But if you've set up your life so that you are stressed and then you have this one of these coping mechanisms, if your child does not see the coping mechanism, and very often I think that parents, myself included, might have a tendency to hide the coping mechanism. So to not let the child realize how much perhaps they might be drinking, or to scurry away into the corner of the kitchen to have some chocolate, unbeknownst to everyone else. And if that's your coping mechanism, and your child only sees you living a stressful life, and they do not see the coping mechanism, one, you are not modeling the reality, but two, I did not feel for myself that I was doing you a service because I was teaching you only one way to be, which was to run ragged without showing how to actually live a life that allows you to run at such a high pace. And for me, largely, although not always, my coping mechanism in such a scenario was exercise rather than the other two. I was lucky, I guess, in certain regards. But, well, my other coping mechanism was just to not set my life up that way, but that's another matter. But the point being, to the extent that you are raising children or working with others, model the complete reality. Let your children see how you deal with the difficulties in your life. Don't just hide the coping mechanism away. Ideally, of course, the coping mechanism will be a healthy one, but I always felt that it was just sort of cheating to just show you a life that was not sustainable without some extra measures that you never saw. So I think that I'm making sense here. I hope that I'm clear. But model the reality. That was what I tried to do. I was most certainly not always successful, and there were plenty of times where I did sneak behind the corner of the kitchen to eat something or whatnot. That was not the wisest way of dealing with it. But I was human. as is everyone. So I will leave it at that. Some food for thought. And will again recommend the music of Eric Bachmann. His self-titled album was the one that first introduced, or that I first came into contact with his work and truly loved that, which was around 2016-ish, I think. But he had another album, Recovery, which also, well, any of his work I recommend. But so I will leave it at that. I hope you go forth and have a good day. I hope you model well. And if you don't, I hope you forgive yourself as you should. Or I hope maybe you scrap the whole modeling thing and think it's a bunch of hogwash, and that's fine too. I love you, and I hope you have a great day.